Yeah. I've been down so it look like. 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 It look like. It look like.
I am back with, I believe this will be the second part of working on my legit Monarch kit. And here's a picture of the quilt. And in the last video, I started the process of getting organized. You are looking at the binder that I created for all of the like core instructions, and I sort of just hopefully see this as just being, this is where I work from. I will start all of this as we dive in with the caveat that this is my first time doing this, and so I'm just trying my best to set myself up for success. It's not a full-blown tutorial, but a demonstration, because this is what I'm doing in real time. So you are going along with me on this journey. But I do believe that I will be sharing some things that will be helpful and tips that are helpful. Also showing maybe some things that are just all in one place, because I did not see a lot of instructional videos on YouTube. The other thing that I will say is that the ones that are there are good, and they're really short and straight to the point. That's really not how I roll on my channel. We're working together. I'm getting work done. So therefore, this is a more lengthier video. So if you are one of my normal viewers and you are a quilter or a crafter, or you are knitting or crocheting, you know the drill. Grab your project, work with your girl, and let's go ahead and get it in. With that said, here's what it will look like. I put this all together off camera. I put the instructions that they put for created for the user guide up front, because I have them marked up. What I plan to work on today is going to be the fabric list, and this is just a photocopy version, but I'm going to use this as I file the fabrics in this back binder, and I'm going to use this to ensure that I have all the fabrics that I'm supposed to have. So I'm going to move this binder out of the way. Well, there are the color guides, and this is the assembly guide. That's everything that's in this binder. My printer was dying, so my picture is not as good. And y'all, this, I needed to just get a small binder from Amazon. This is their Amazon Basics. You cannot use their binders with sheet protectors. So this would not be a good binder if you were using sheet protectors. So just FYI. But I just wanted it for this, so it works perfectly for this. I'm gonna move this out of the way. This is the binder that I have for my fabrics. I'm hoping I can fit all of them in here. I do not know if that's possible because it's pretty stuffed. And I do have another one. This is a 3-inch binder. And yeah, I'm just gonna get it in. And we're not gonna stay at this angle the whole time because it's harder for me to work like this. I will change the view, but what I'll be doing is going through and filing each of these fabrics and marking off the ones that I have. All of the fabrics that are in here, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it and make sure you can see it, are in here in alphabetical order. This is the one that came with the kit. It's much nicer. And they're all in alphabetical order. So here's A, here's AA. And what I mean by alphabetical order, it's not by the order of the name of the fabric or the fabric number, but their color code or their fabric code, which for this is A. And what I think is going to be pretty interesting is all of their fabric codes are the same, or let me say it the way I've seen it in the user manual. Their color codes are the same across their kits. So in theory, I can use this kit for other projects. Even if I removed the scraps out of it from this project and just put them away in a container like I normally would do by the project, I could use this same notebook or the same filing system for a future project. So I think that's really good because of the amount of time that I put into doing this. The other thing that I'm going to say is when I put them in here, I will be also adding the tabs. And I saw this with another YouTuber. I'm going to try my absolute best to remember to put her information in the description box. But I'm going to turn it to the side. I need to get a pen. I thought I had a pen and a pencil and a highlighter. Where did they go? Oh, there they go. Need something to write with. Okay. I'm going to just do an example with 1 or 2 before I change the angle. So CP. So I would come through here. These are the A's, B's, C's, and that's CN, CP. So I'm going to put CP in here. And what I saw her do is make this into a tag. And I am going to do that. So since this is in the C's, I may come down a little bit. And then maybe make it so that the whole CP shows. Yeah, I'm not gonna go this slow on every single one or we will be here all day. Oh, no. I don't want that. Because you want it to stand out. How is it gonna stand out? She had it out like this. Oh, I know how. So then that means this must actually, it must protrude. Can I see the CP that way? No, I cannot. Y'all, I'm noticing that when I do stuff like this, in the beginning, I'm super slow. And then after that, I'll pick up. But for now, we just got to figure out what we're doing. I like that. And if I need to, I can always come back here and put some tape on it, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. So yeah. Okay, let's do one more. And it does have a little bit of stability from the sheet protector, and you would put it in here. Look at the difference between this. This does not look like that. If I have extras and I know I can use this binder again, can you see me good? Okay, you can. I am going to take a piece and put it on here, but for now I don't want to do it because I don't know how much I'm going to use. It doesn't look like I'm going to use a lot, but I don't know what the dimensions of those pieces are, and they're not sized to the real size. So we're just going to put that there. Let's do one more. I'm not going to chat through all of it either. Okay, AZ is the AR. I have an AR and an AZ. See, oh, I like that. Okay, here we go. Again, this does not look like this. Oh my gosh. Can you see that? Can you see that? Let me zoom in just so you can see for a second. Hold on. Right. Y'all, this binder is so big that I literally have to prop it up. So moving it means moving everything. But look at that. I'm nowhere near. That swatch is not it. But it's all good. Because that's why they have color codes. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. There we go, sorry. Sort of have it nestled in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna pay attention to how far off of the fabric I need to have it protrude. Like this. You know what? Everything is not going to be stacked the way I would really want it. I'm aiming to just be like almost on the edge of that color, that black bar at the bottom. I think that works. If I need to come back and put tape, I will, but I can see it. Now, if I wanted to, these smaller pieces, I could just slide in here. I'm not planning to sit these upright. And these little pieces like this, I am gonna slide them in these protectors. Just gonna slide it right on the inside. And I'll just keep it laying flat like this. Okay, I'm gonna do one more. I have AZ. I have BL. CD. What I actually may do is go through and just put them where they need to be and come back and do the tags, because that will be much faster. Because baby, I cannot go at this pace for 115 pet fabrics. That would not work. So let's go ahead and do this one. I'm gonna go with that same thinking. And just flip it over and think the same thing on this end. Basically, that's like what, 1/4 of an inch? Oh. I'm trying to bend it without totally bending my paper. I have these pages laid out in here. Oh, look at this. I saw that I did this on a couple. Oh, thank goodness it's this one. I noticed that I did this on 1 or 2 where I cut thinking everything was split in half, and that's when I realized it was not. Okay, let's see if I'll be able to get it off of here, because baby, this thing is taped and glued, but the earlier ones were just glued. I mean taped. Oh, the glue is not super sticky. Okay, yay! You're seeing this in real time, okay? This is like... Oh, I know what I'll do. Just kind of cutting really close to sort of loosen that tape, and then I'll just put it on a new sheet of paper. I hope you can see what I'm doing. And then I can cut this off and add it onto the other one. Ooh, this is where working in alphabetical order is my friend. This is the first time that I've ever done this before, so. the last one that I did like that, I caught it. Because when I was first doing it, I was just sort of splitting them in half. I was paying attention, making sure I didn't cut off any of the words. But sometimes when I saw the listing on the side, I thought that went to this. And now I know some of them were at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off right here. I got a lot better at this towards the end. This is sticking to the board. I'm going to cut this down a little bit more. And then I'm going to tape it to the other one. And I may get away with just being able to just tape it right on the top. I hope so. If not, I'll just do the same thing again. So I'm going to put this on another sheet of paper. This one. And I'm going to apply some. Oh, you know what? Since I've done that, I might as well clean up the top as well. Let's clean up the top. So now I have the cuts down here. I'm gonna add some glue. Which would have been a huge mistake on my part because I did not scan these. And you don't get another set. So I'm gonna try to be very, very careful, but part of it is that I'm learning. I just put the corners down so that when I'm sliding them in and out of the sheet protectors, try to prevent them from getting snagged. Okay, so here's this. I'm gonna fix the other one before I actually start filing away the fabric. Let's fix the other one. All right, that one's fixed. Now let's fix this one. I'm gonna just put it on the side. Now, what I'm gonna do to make sure that this is the right one, I believe it is, because this has 7 cuts, this has 7 cuts. Can you see? Yeah, you can see. I don't wanna cause my tabs that I have done. This has 7 cuts. So I'm gonna go to A43 and see if that is B1. A43 cut 1. A43. Wait, did I say A43? Yeah, A4. See, sometimes when I see this, these are the instructions. Oh, I know what I need to do. This tells me I need to put, oh, I have it over here. Where did I put the little, this, I need to put this at the front so I can always split. And then I'll add tabs to this so I'll know where stuff is. Again, we're learning. Yeah, this is correct. Because A4, and it's at the 3rd cut, is it, if it was B1, and it is, that is B1. But I'm trying to see where is the actual assembly page. Okay, these are G, F, E. Y'all, this is why I like checking this wow. But I mean, when you think about it, it's a big pattern. Okay, we're looking for A4. It should be a huge paper. This is Future Dana popping in real quick. I figured out what the issue is. And it's not an issue, but it's something that I'm learning because this is all new to me. And that is this, that in this assembly guide, you do not have the directions, if you will, for blocks that are whole, right? All of these that you're seeing as I flip through these pages are fragments, and I'm going to continue and let you see as I'm working it out in real time, but there is nothing air quote wrong, but it was something that I just wasn't clear on. So any blocks that are complete on their own, which you can see when you go back to the map, they're not going to have one of these assembly guides because you don't have to assemble anything. All you have to do is piece like normal. So let's continue. The numbers are in order. I'm gonna have to email them. Maybe it's just me. Y'all, I'm gonna leave all of this in here too, because at the end of the day, this is a part of the process. C's are in order. C's, B. Here's A3, A2's. I don't see an A1 either. Let's just make a note. I don't see an A1. I don't see an A4. I don't see a lot of them. So you know what? I may be emailing. And that means once I finish putting these in here, I'm going to go through each one of these and make sure that I see all, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 by 8, all 64 assembly guides. And maybe they don't have them because they're simple. But that would be very confusing and not consistent with everything else that is here. And this says page 1. So I'm not just skipping something. And I have all of them in order. I'm gonna find out. Maybe it's because those are the easy ones and you don't have to assemble them. Yeah, no, all of them should be here. Okay, I'll find out. Because I have the paper. So for now, what I'll do is I'm gonna just go ahead, and that was A4, 3. I need to go back and see what I said. I said A43. A43 B1. So that was correct, but it wasn't. I'm not sure what happened there. If maybe they only share these when there are fragments. And if so, that would maybe make sense. because these are multiple blocks that are being put together, and maybe that's what this is meant to be. But I think it would have helped to know that and not expect that every block was represented in the assembly guide. So I'll just have to email and ask the questions. Okay, let's keep going. I would apologize for that squirrel moment, but the reality is that is why we are here. So I'm gonna just put this. Oh no. Y'all, listen, this glue thing, I'm gonna put it really close, even though I don't have to, because I'm gonna put a piece of tape like right on that seam. And I'll put one on the edge. Just to make sure we got this baby back where it needs to go. Now, what I find interesting and helpful is that going back and doing this separate is sort of like being its own form of a checks and balances, right? To make sure everything is where it needs to be. Okay. So this is B1. And I was supposed to have been marking these off, and I did not. So I'm just gonna do dots. CP. We had AZ and AR. Now what I'm gonna do is I am gonna just put these in. Now that I know how I'm gonna do them, I'm just gonna slide them in, and I will come back and actually put on the tabs. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm telling a story. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna do what I need to do now, because that'll be making like double, triple work for myself, and these will not be staggered as perfectly as I would like, but they will be on, and they will get the job done. And that's not B1, it's BL. Here we go. BL. All right, and what I'll do is do one more, and then after that, I will just let a little time pass while I just work, and then I will come back and show you what I've done. I expect that all of the, how do they look on the front? Nope. All of the fabrics will not, I will not be putting all of them inside of the sheet protectors. Some of them are going to be way too big for that. I'm just going to have to, I hate that I put that right in the same spot, but boo. Can I move you? Probably not. I'll put it right in front of that. Okay. BP. This is like the perfect time to listen to a podcast, watch a video like this. I have no idea where the last one was. Oh my goodness. The good thing is that these are in alphabetical order. So even if one is like in the way of another, you at least know that you're in the B's, you know? I'll try not to bend it. And the weight of it should help. BU, DZ. Again, I'm also super thankful that all of their kits use the same code system. These are some small ones. I feel like I need my my sticker tweezers. I think that would make it so much better. And you know what? I do have this little guy. Just make sure it's good on there. D. Okay. RF. That's S. Those are P's. You can also see that, make sure you didn't like put something out of order on accident. Let me tell you, dealing with the smaller pages can cause you to get things mixed up really quickly. You know, let's go up again. That was RF. I'm starting to think my thought that those bigger blocks are not on there because they're not fragments might be why. Okay, this is the ends. These are the L's. M, B, M, A. Look at that. That says magenta. Is this really magenta? This, I would say this looks like grape purple. Apparently I'm wrong. Oh my gosh. Listen, all these colors and these gradients, I could not imagine having to pick all these colors. Like, I would be like, you know what? I am good. Like, that is not gonna happen. Not on my watch. Also, I don't know how the other young lady that did her tutorial on this process, and she said she starches and irons all of, oh my goodness. I don't know. I have no idea how. Folding them back like that to be able to put it on there makes the paper feel like it is straining, okay? Let's see if I can do it over the front. Now, see, I gotta see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna have to do and try my best to not fold it over too long because and B. Okay, this is so pretty. That is so pretty. I wonder if they like machine cut these. They have to, right? All these little pieces. Let's put it towards the middle. I probably should have a little system in my head, but I haven't. My brain is not comprehending it far. Like have like 5 little marks across it that you would like to cover for the tabs. Let's go. But this has been a long day, so okay, that's okay. Okay, P, H, peach. I also wish doing this that you would see it on both sides, but I guess that would be a little bit impossible. I mean, the fact that they have everything on these labels is pretty cool too. Let's go a little bit in between. Oh, that was so much easier. Okay, come on, Dana. Okay, so this is what I'll be doing. I will come back once all of these fabrics, y'all, I can't even show you the thing. If I remember, I'll try my best to insert a picture. Let me tell you, this stack is like 5 inches of fabric, so I'll be here a second, and quite honestly it may take me over the next couple of days. I don't get a whole lot of crafting time, so to do something like this, it's probably best reserved for the weekend when I have a little bit more, straight time, more than, 20 minutes here and 15 minutes there. PM. I'm flipping it and just trying to align the ghost of the front with the back, even if it's a little bit crooked. It feels pretty secure. And the fact that it slips along that edge makes me feel good that it's sort of protecting it a little. I want to make sure I mark some of those earlier ones. Or I did. Can I just say once again for the record, these fabrics are beautiful. Man, they're beautiful. That was R.O. Okay, I'm looking for T's. There we go, TC. I think I'm a little bit insane, but this makes me so excited. Let's bring it down some. Just in case someone wants to know, I'm aiming to have that first stick where the top of the sheet aligns with, can you see me? I'm gonna come closer. The top of the sheet aligns with this little edge of that black line, because we have that black line on every single one. And then when I wrap it around, try my best to align the tip of the back of the sticker with the front edge of the front part of the sticker. And that's what I'm aiming for my setup and for these sheet protectors. So it's TC. Again, I don't think this has, I mean, this does not have to be perfect. If I was not doing this demonstration, no one would see this. This is just meant to make it so that it's easier for you to work. And I know for me, I know that taking this time right now, and even if it takes me a few hours to do it, it's going to be worth it for me, because I have to work in smaller pockets of time. And that means if I had to sit and get organized or look for stuff every single time, I would not get anything done. All of my time for that day or that afternoon would be spent searching. So, oh, that one's super crooked. Hopefully that doesn't get too sticky. But I need to stop talking because that one's super crooked. Okay. Oh, that was all my little stack. All right, now we'll go with the next stack. Another thing, if you're a person where you're doing something like this and you sort of have like perfectionism or, you know, a little bit of OCD-ish type of behavior, you could create a template. Whenever we make planners, I create a template to mark where I put the tabs. I also create templates for where my top line hits so that I could hit that line for the most part every single time. And what's pretty cool about that is if you create that template and you do it on a piece of something like cardstock, you can use it over and over again. So it could be used for this project or another project. Okay, that was all the small pieces. So I will come back for the next clip when this book is all full. I have a long way to go. Let me just show you, because I'm gonna be done for today, but here's the rest of the fabric. Can you see this? I have all of this left. So now some of these are really large pieces, so you really can't see. Now for these bigger pieces, I'm wondering how am I gonna do them. I'm gonna try just one more piece. This one, okay, this piece is larger. No, it's too big to go in there. Would I just fold it in there? I'm gonna see what those cut sizes are. Because even if I could cut it in half, I wish, well, I guess I can't tell you the cut sizes because it's not in inches. So what do I want to do? I think I'm going to just hit it with one fold, put it in. I do have a small iron that's right at my station, so there will be a crease in this. So what I may end up doing is, I really wish this had cuts on it, because this is not true to size. I think what I'm gonna just do is cut it in half. Fold it in half and just slip it in, knowing that when it's time, I'm gonna have to press it. So when I prep those, I'll press them. Because even if I just let it sit here on the outside, it will slip and slide around. So I'll just do it like that. And I would just learn my lesson, because I think the majority of them are going to be like that. The other option could be just put them like this. Listen, I could and put a paper clip. Let's try it. I'm saying a paper clip instead of a wonder clip, because listen, if I use a wonder clip, all my wonder clips would be in this thing for however long it takes me to finish this. So instead, I'm gonna do one on the front. And again, the caveat is you do not have to do this. I could even use some pins, like pin it to the sheet protector. I mean, it's only plastic, but I'm gonna see how this holds up. And just know that now that I have the bigger pieces in here, when I turn these pages, I just need to be more intentional about laying them when I come to them, and I'll know that is, I should see the fabric as well as, you can't see it, the paper clip here. I mean, I'll see. Let's try one more that's big like that, and then we'll be done for today. See somebody watching me do this and thinking I'm insane. Oh my gosh. Listen, because I know I would. I'd be, girl, you were doing too much. If that is the way it sort of starts like settling in your disposition, trust your own gut about it for you. But let me tell you, when I start going in and start working, I want to be able to just like not do just one, like having to settle for just doing one block because I don't have time, you know, because I'm too busy looking for stuff. This time I didn't do it the way I did last time, and now I see why I should. Let's not do it like that. Do one on the end, the ends, and then this one on the left, I did it in the middle, and that turns so much better. Okay. I am coming in because I am finally done. This is the last one that I need to put inside the book. And because of the way that I'm laid out, I just have to hold it like this and talk you through what I end up doing. This book ended up getting really big. And so I could not fit all of them, which I didn't think I would be able to. So I had to start a second one. What I did with the second one is I pretty much left it to really large cuts. I'm gonna over here I put some paper clips. Eventually I started putting 4, 2 on each side to adhere the larger cuts to the sheet protector. And then on this side, it is just laid on top of the sheet protector, and they're all marked with the color codes. And so this will be the last one. I'll go in and I'll find the spot for EG, and then I'll put that last piece of fabric on top. What I did on my fabric list is I marked all of the fabrics that I had just to make sure that I had everything. And the ones that have highlights are the ones that are in the second binder. So when I look on here for a particular fabric, if it's highlighted, I'll know that it's in with the larger cuts. And so, yeah, I mean, overall, this took me way longer than I thought. But I just put on an audiobook and just let it be what it was, that this is part of the experience. So I'm going to go ahead and finish putting this last piece in there, and I'll come back with my final sort of thoughts about this process before I move on to the next, which is sorting. Well, actually, I'll talk about that in my final clip. So let me go ahead and finish this up, close these binders, clear off my table. And then I'll come back for my final clip in this installment of my Legit Monarch. Before I do the last clip, I just want to show you what we are working with here. I'm going to, this is binder 1, this is binder 2. And the second one, even though I only had a fraction of the fabrics, is bigger. And y'all look, this fabric, I thought I was gonna pass out because I was working and working and working, and it felt like it was not budging. But then all of a sudden, I just started rolling. A couple of them, I had them out of order, so I just fixed them. And so, yeah, they're all ready to go. And so I am gonna take this out of here and put it in with the instruction manual, and I'm just gonna put a fabric list on the front, just because it keeps that top fabric from being exposed. So I'm gonna leave this one here because it will be my guide, and just print another one. It won't have to be color or anything like that. I really just want it. Actually, I think I'm telling a story. Actually, I may take a picture and scan the color version and put it over here, because then I'll be able to tell what fabrics are in here and then what ones are in here. I actually may go through this and just highlight them, the ones that are in the other one, so both lists can tell me. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come in for my last clip. Yay! I am coming in for the final clip of this installment. Okay, so I have the copy of the fabrics being organized, mainly to be able to see which ones are in the secondary binder. And so the copy held up well. So I'm going to put those on top of it. And then I have the original. And with the original, I'm going to actually just keep it on my clipboard And quite honestly, I might even go through and highlight the original, but for now, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna put this in sheet protectors, but I feel like I may want to mark on it. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare this and put this on top of this binder, and I'll put the original in my instructions binder. Listen, y'all. This organization method took a lot longer than I anticipated. At certain points, I was like, oh my goodness, this is taking forever. However, as I was getting into it, I just had to remind myself that this is part of the process, you know? And can you imagine having to shift through all of these fabrics and them not being organized? And again, I kept seeing people doing them in a file system, and I just could not wrap my head around having a file system for 100 and whatever number 15 or whatever number of fabrics. That would have just been so much. So with that said, the closing sort of setup, I'm gonna just pull out one to show you. When I first started, I was only putting 3 paper clips on, and towards the end I started putting 4, because when you get ready to turn the page, it made it more stable. Another little tip that I've already noticed, I'm going to do one of the ones that is on the inside. Another little tip that I noticed is that when I flip the pages to try to keep the fabric from sliding, I should touch fabric and not plastic. Because if I have my hand on plastic, it's likely that I'm putting my hand between the fabric and a sheet protector. So let me show you what I did. This is one of the, like a smaller piece. So I took the cut guides, and I put them in a sheet protector. If there were 2, I cut them as best as I can. I only had one oops where I kind of cut the actual pieces separate, and I fixed that with tape, and I showed that. And for the smaller pieces, I put it inside of the sheet protector. And then I took the sticker that was on the fabric and put it on the edge. And I did not put it on the edge of the sheet protector, but on the edge of the paper, so that so the sheet protectors can be used again. So this is one where the fabric was small enough to just slip inside. For the other ones where the fabric is larger, I'm going to show you one of those. I'm going to show you with this one. Same setup. Inside of the sheet protector is the cut guide, the color code, and this is the fabric. And I put 4 paper clips. I found the paper clips with the, I think it's with the, it's considered vinyl covered paper clips. They don't slide. And I just put 4 paper clips on there to hold it on to the sheet protector. Here is the main binder. And then the secondary binder that has the big cuts in it. I think almost all of these are a 1/4 of a yard or bigger. This is this binder. And a lot of these are not held in here by paper clips. I still have the same setup, and the fabric is just resting on top. And right now, I'm gonna put this on top. And there you have it. And I have all the other parts right now in my actual instructions binder. So I'm gonna put the original fabric list and the map in there, and then everything is pretty much set up. One of the things that I found interesting is that the color code, the fabric list is in alphabetical order, but this is not the order that you encounter the fabrics in the pile. And that made it a little bit interesting because the fabrics in the pile were alphabetical order, but by cut size. So for example, if it was a fourth of a yard, it would be a fourth of a yard, and those fabrics will be in alphabetical order, but you would have already encountered, like for example, the E's or the S's. So you're flipping through quite a bit, trying to keep things in alphabetical order for quick reference. So that was something interesting. Another thing is, I really wish if they're watching these YouTube videos and they hear people doing this sort of organization, I would have really liked if they would have offered to send an extra set of stickers. You pull the this little sticker that I used to make the tab comes from the sticker that is on the fabric, and I would have liked to been able to keep that sticker on the fabric but still create the filing system, and I would have paid extra either for an additional fee to print the labels myself, or for them to just print another set and send them as a sheet, like the way you get Bible tabs, you know, because it would have been I would have been able to sort of cross-reference. And here's why. These fabrics are absolutely beautiful, but some of them are so close, even when you're doing this system. So it's really good that they do not have this system set up in a color-coded form versus it being just in order of their color code. Because if it would have been by hue, listen, we would have all been messed up, because a couple times I think I zoned out. I had to go back and fix. And let me tell you, these are helpful, but many of them are not on point, which is normal. Like if you've ever done swatch cards for markers or paints or whatever, it's just hard for you to get a digital rendition the same as an actual item. So I really wish they would have done that. So if you guys are listening, I think you should offer that. Or for a kit this big, I think you could just give it. Because it means that you'll organize it and you'll be able to keep the original sticker on the fabric. I said it already in the original clip, but I really wish on the cut guides that they would have done it at a standard printing where I could have done hole punches. But I guess in the end, doing the sheet protectors was better anyway. It made it more stable. I found that I liked the paper that I put, the ones that I had to cut in half, better than the paper that came with this. But if the paper would have been heavy, I like a heavier quality paper. But if you would have had all of this in that paperweight, it would have been, the box would have weighed 1,000,000 pounds. So I get it, but it would have been helpful. So I would have really liked just an option to be able to punch holes in them. They did say to organize it by color, but by code, but they did not say specifically how to organize it. So when they say organize, I don't know what they mean. If they mean the same thing that has sort of been adopted or that I've seen on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So it could just be lost in translation, essentially. The final thing, and I think I've already said it a couple of times, but I cannot say it enough. These fabrics are beautiful. Beautiful. There were so many times where I just stopped and I was just like, oh my gosh. Like I've used Kona just a few times, not a lot, mainly because I've always liked their black and I've always liked their white, like their pure colors. So to see all of these colors that I probably never would have encountered, if there was what we call like macaroni and cheese, and these are like, what was it called? I'm almost certain it was called like macaroni and cheese, or They just had some of the funniest names. They were beautiful. They were vibrant and rich. And I just, yeah, it was called mac and cheese. The turquoise was beautiful. The peacock was gorgeous. Just like all of these colors were absolutely beautiful. And I just cannot wrap my brain around the fact that I am doing this. And granted, I have not like started it, but I have started it. I said this, but I got these small vinyl coated paper clips. These are the ones I already used in my office. I end up scrambling, like going around in all of our offices and just getting all of them to where I had to end up buying more. I ended up getting this for a fairly reasonable price. It was 1,000 paper clips. So it did what I wanted to do. And I was able to put 4 paper clips on every one of the sheet protectors with no problems. So that was helpful. Another thing that I did get in during the process of doing this, and I'm sure you're going to see it later, I'm almost certain, is I got a light box, and I also got a clear cutting mat to put on top. So I will show that. You'll see that once I start actually working. But I went ahead and got that instead of the, I can't remember what it was called, but I think it was just one that was a little more expensive that was meant for quilting, I believe. And I just found that I wanted something that would give me a little bit more flexibility, because me buying just a general one would mean that I can use it for anything. I do other arts, so I can use it while I'm, doing Bible journaling. I can use it, the one that I bought with watercolor paper, and it is a nice size. It is wireless. Like, you don't have to plug it up. It's chargeable. And I can charge it up right. Actually, I can just sit around on top of my printer. I have a USB plug on my plugs, so I can just hook it up there and recharge it. And they said it can hold up to 5 or 6 hours of battery life. So that just was right on time, and it was very affordable. So I did get that while I was waiting. And I feel like that is it. So now I think that's it. I'm putting the final items inside of my binder. I have my instructional binder. I have the 2 binders with the fabric. Now the next step. In the next installment of this series, I guess you want to call it, I am going to do the next step that was in the instructions, which was, I'm sorry, I'm getting my table together, to separate these, the patterns into easy and sort of complex, I think is what they recommended. And in my notes, I put, I'm going to try to do easy, fragments, and maybe other. So I'm going to start separating those, and I will do that in the next installment. And I'll show you just a little bit of what I'm doing. And I'm knocking on the door of like getting started. I feel like some of these I'm going to want to cut down, but I'm not going to cut them down until I'm really ready to do it. Y'all, I'm getting excited and nervous at the same time. But you know what? That is a task to tackle for another day. So this is where you go ahead, drop to the comments, and let me know what you are working on. Have you worked on a legit kit project? If you have, let me know the type. Are you as excited as I am to see this come together? Come on. Tell me. Because your girl is like, I'm pumped. And at first I was getting a little bit concerned. I'm not even gonna lie. But right now I am pumped. So I'm gonna put these on the outside. I'm gonna put the butterflies on the outside of the fabric ones. And I'm at the position where I don't need my big table up all the time. so I can clear this table tomorrow and set up my piecing project that I'll be doing while I do this on the weekends. And since it's the weekend, I probably will have another day of being able to work on it. And hopefully that means by the time I go into next week, I can start actually prepping to piece my first blocks, or my first set. I don't think they're all considered blocks because some of the pieces are put together to create a block, but you know what I mean. I can start working on the actual quilt. So with that said, drop to the comments, let me know what you're working on. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I will talk with you all really, really soon. Don't forget to thumbs up as well. I'll see you all hopefully sooner than later. Take care and goodbye.
Like